Hey there everyone, it is Nikki Torres again in the 4 News Now First Alert Weather Center. Happy Friday. It is Friday, June 12th. It looks like it's just about 9:15 here in the morning. I'm giving you your midday web weather check here on KXLY.com. So here's what we've got going for today. So here's your day planner. About mid-60s, it's actually low 60s right now in Spokane, so we're slowly starting to get to that mid-60s mark as you head out the door. And then for this afternoon is when we are expecting temperatures to get a lot warmer, by about 10 degrees into the mid-70s. Your high temperature today in Spokane, it's going to be 80 degrees. Yes, that is above average. We typically see low 70s this time of year. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies. I know we had a lot of excitement last night in terms of the weather forecast because we saw some thunderstorms late last night. Some of that even carried into early morning. For this morning, however, for later this morning and early this afternoon, very calm conditions. Overall, we are going to see mostly cloudy skies. It is going to stay relatively dry for the most part. And then come this evening, that is when we are going to see some changes coming in the forecast. That is going to be right around 6, 7 o'clock. I'll show you on the forecast here, but that's just something to know. If you need to get any business done, I would do it as early as you can for today, because later on throughout this evening is when we could start to see some of these thunderstorms start to roll into the area. It is a south to north weather system that we are dealing with. So we're going to see it kind of down towards Pullman before we see it up towards Spokane, and it actually kind of takes a veer to the east if you look at it on the map. So it'll come towards Spokane, and then it'll kind of make a lateral move over towards North Idaho, and you'll see it there in the forecast rather. But I want you to see what we can expect here in terms of the weekend, because the weekend is going to be pretty interesting. So watch how things kind of change. So we're going from 80 degrees today on Friday into 59 degrees on Saturday. We pretty much are expecting wet weather all throughout this weekend. The bulk of the wet weather, I believe, should be towards the earlier part of the day on Saturday, because we are seeing some of these thunderstorms, the potential for them carry into the overnight hours as well as into the early morning hours for tomorrow. Comes along with that, cooler conditions, some wet weather. For Sunday, we're not expecting any thunderstorm potential, more so rather we're expecting some rain showers. So this might be the weekend when you want to catch up on a book, maybe your TV show. Probably a good weekend to be indoors. It's going to be a lot cooler than we typically see this time of year, because we actually, our average in Spokane is 72 degrees. So here's the forecast over the next 24 hours. So here we are towards this morning. Again, mostly cloudy skies. You can see that big cloud band right over our area in eastern Washington, North Idaho. There is some moisture happening up towards Vancouver, it looks like, maybe even Victoria, BC, and western Washington. But for right now, we are staying dry into the afternoon. More cloud cover, more cloud cover. If we keep fast forwarding throughout our day, I mentioned it is a south to north weather system that we are dealing with here. So starting towards the bottom of your screen, look at where Pullman and Lewiston are. There's where you can start seeing that weather system starting to really creep into our area. And you can see that is where it's going to start getting towards Deer Park and Spokane and Coeur d'Alene right around 8 p.m. Let me see if it'll keep going. It froze on me just a little bit here. I apologize. Bonners Ferry, Kalispell, later towards the evening hours. But mainly what you need to know is the potential for this wet weather, for these thunderstorms. It is going to be later on throughout this evening as well as overnight hours, because I can even carry this a little bit more. I apologize. It's freezing on me a little bit. We'll keep going into our midnight. There it is, another little band right there coming up, crossing towards Moses Lake, the Tri-Cities. That will continue into tomorrow morning. So see, this is 9 a.m. for tomorrow. You can see how the weather system kind of carries over, because we're seeing a series of storms over the past, say, 3 days, because you had yesterday, we have today, and then tomorrow. So kind of a series of 3 days worth of storms. So that's kind of what we're dealing with. Sunday, as I mentioned, it looks a little bit calmer, just rain showers, not quite thunderstorms in the forecast, but we are keeping an eye on it, and we'll keep you up to date here on 4 News Now. For today, it's going to be 80 degrees, as I mentioned, mostly cloudy skies, which we're already seeing. Chance for some rain showers. If you got lucky this morning, it started off pretty clear. We got some sunshine this morning, so if you were an early bird riser, you got to catch some of that, which was really nice to see. And then here's your high temperatures for today. Again, these are all above average for this time of year. Low 80s in the forecast, 83 for Moses Lake, 76 for Pullman, just a little bit cooler down towards the Palouse. And you have the forecast for tomorrow: 59 Spokane Valley, 70 for Moses Lake, 57 for Coeur d'Alene, and 59 for Sandpoint. You can see where the cooling begins, but we actually stay pretty cool throughout the weekend. So take a look at this. Again, the average high temperature in Spokane is typically low 70s. We're getting down into the upper 50s, low 60s, back to upper 50s, and then back to the low 60s. It's kind of this motion that we have throughout the 7-day forecast. It's not too constant as of right now. But again, we are keeping an eye on this. Things could change, but we are going to stay relatively cool for what we typically see this time of year. That's 73 on Thursday. I know it is still a ways out, but that is pretty close to the average this time of year of 72 degrees. So it looks like we won't get back to that average warmth until the end of this next work week. But take a look at all of the days that we are expecting some type of potential for rain showers, whether that is through a thunderstorm or just some rainfall here and there. It's pretty much every day for the weekend as well as the beginning of the work week. All right, that is pretty much all I have for your Friday, for your midday weather check. You can get another one this evening with Katarina. I believe she's filling in for Chris again. So I hope you have a great weekend. Can't talk today. Just remember, when thunder roars, go indoors, please. You can always storm watch from inside your house very safely from behind a window, and it looks just as good, I promise. But other than that, that is all I have for your 4 News Now weather check. You can always find the latest weather updates on KXLY.com. We frequently update that, and you can also download our 4 News Now weather app. That's also a really fun resource that you can use. If you sign up for push alerts on that app, you'll get any weather alerts sent directly to your phone. Very handy tool. All right, that is all I have. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. Stay safe.